Hello everyone. I'm back for another video on SD-WAN. Last week with at least last video, not last week. Last video, we were onboarding a new device, and this was the cEdge, customer edge. And last we discussed customer edge and virtual vEdges are different. Okay, vEdges come with a different command structure, while the customer edge comes with a different structure, command structure. Okay, and then let me close this windows. I do think that the last time we've tried this, we've configured the cEdge at least with IP configuration. So I want to verify that it's still intact and I do not need to restart my router or any of the nodes in the lab. Remember, this is a virtual lab, and you're gonna have issues with certain nodes. Sometimes nodes will hung up, and then you'll have to restart them. Okay, so let's ping the vManage just to make sure that I do get there. Okay, good. We'll ping the validator. Validator is vBond. Okay, we're gonna use the newer terms, right? And then I'll ping the smart, the vSmart. Okay, all right. So they are reachable. And how do we make this happen? We have a quad 0 pointing over to the MPLS router. Let's see. Let's go back in there and revisit that. Okay. And then here we had EIGRP neighbor on this link. Okay. The link is 172.100.2.0/29. Okay. All right. And on PE1 we redistributed, I think. Or no, we didn't redistribute. We well, let me see. I don't recall. Let's just see. So I have one neighbor. Obviously, it is the MPLS router. Let me see the BGP configuration. It's a bit slow. Okay, so the BGP configuration, we made implicit network advertisement. In BGP, as long as the routes exist in your route table, you can configure a network statement for it, right, to match. It has to be exact. I don't like redistributing a protocol within another, Intel security reasons, and you want to make sure that you know what you're doing, right, while you're doing this. Okay, so perfect. So I'm gonna get into the CA, right? I think at least last time when we've done this, right, we had a configuration. We checked the certificate. I think we've did we do the certificate? Well, we can redo it. I don't recall. So what we'll do is I don't remember what it's called, right? Let's see. I think it was, let's do lab, something like that. No, let's do lab, and then we'll do, yep. So it was called lab PKI. That's it. That's the certificate authority, right? So what we'll do is we'll export this because we have to install it, right? Okay, so we'll import this certificate, right, because we have to and start the root CA, right? So remember the drill. We'll copy exactly from beginning to end, right? And then we'll go back to the CSR now, because this is it's a bit different, right? Let me see if we already done this part. And then I think it was no. Okay, perfect. So because it's a 8000, we're going to the only way to create a file, so we cannot use the shell. We don't have a shell to create a file, so we're gonna use Tickle to do this. So what we'll do is we're gonna say, if I recall, we're gonna close, open, and close, right? Open, right? And then we're gonna say where the file name. We're gonna keep the same naming convention. Let me make sure that it's correct. Same naming convention, lab-pki.ca. Lab-pki.ca. Okay, perfect. And then, okay, and then we're gonna do a write plus. Okay, this is write plus is edit, right? You can edit the file. It's read write, and then we're gonna open, close the parenthesis, the accolades, right? Or I don't like that. Okay, it doesn't like that. Okay, we're gonna open the parenthesis, and then we're gonna paste our certificate in here. Okay, the whole thing. Okay, and then we're gonna close. All right, and then we're gonna exit. All right, perfect. So if I did dir boot flash, the lab should exist now. So we can do a more boot flash, right? And then we're gonna say lab.pki. Okay, that's our certificate. That's exactly what we wanted, right? All right. So the next step, if you remember how we did the vEdge, it's not dissimilar. It's pretty similar. We're going to tell it to install the root CA. Okay. Now we have the flash. We have to install it. Okay. So, all caps. We're gonna say request. Same thing. Platform, software. The only difference now, it's SD-WAN. Okay. We used to do a request download SCP, and then we'll SCP the file from the certificate authority. But we're doing this a little bit different, right? What we're doing is we are pulling we have created a through Tickle, using Tickle, we're creating a file, right? And then we are going to use this file to install the certificate. Okay, this was on the vEdge. You will be request root cert chain install. Okay, all right. We still need to generate a CSR. Okay. All right, let's go on with this. So it's request platform software SD-WAN. Okay, we're gonna say SCR upload because we're gonna need the CSR, and we wanted to do it to send this CSR in a boot flash. We're gonna log PKI, or we're gonna say cEdge, right? Site 400, and then we're gonna say that CSR. Right, it's a certificate. It's gonna generate one for us. And then once, okay, so we gotta create it. Now here's the thing. Organization unit name, what was it? Let me see, let me go back. I need that information. Okay, homelab.lab, that's the domain name. So let's keep it simple. I think it's got to match. So we're gonna say lab. Okay. Organization unit name. We're gonna say lab. Okay. Okay. It's gonna organization name the first, right? So it will be deleted. Re-enter organization unit name. So we're gonna say no. Let's do that again. Let me go back. Let's go to the SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN. I want to check what we're using for organization name, right? I don't recall what it was. It's been a while since the last video. So Okay. This message may not be, maybe that I've entered different information. Let me see, show run. Let me check the, I think he's got to match the system. I think it's show run section system. No. Let me see, let me make this bigger so we can. We got a tunnel interface, where my system information. cEdge is a little different. Really? That's interesting. So I got my tunnel configuration. I should have a system configuration somewhere. Where's the host name at least? Okay, I have my host name. That's my system IP. Where is it? I really thought that was done. Let me see. Does it? No. Okay, let me maybe transact. I think it's configure transaction. Let's configure this, make sure that we've done that. What was the system IP that we're using? I think cEdge1 was, I'm gonna do, just to be safe side, I'm gonna do 111.13 maybe. Let's do that. We're gonna do host name. We're gonna say, should I say cEdge? Yes, let's do cEdge. Whatever. Let's do cEdge. I'm thinking 400, and then we're gonna do system O. System. Let me see the configuration. Okay, that's not correct. So yeah, I think we did domain ID one. I don't need a domain ID, but I do need a site ID. All right, let me copy. I'll copy this, right, and then I'll change the configuration. Okay, so its system IP is gonna be, we're gonna do. I'm gonna quickly modify this script. I mean, it's the same thing. I'm just gonna change the IP information. So we got 10.11, we're at 12, I believe, and then I'm gonna take out domain. I don't need a domain. Site is gonna be 400. Organization name. Let me see what we have organization name on the site. Let me see on the cEdge one. Okay. Okay. Admin Cisco 123. Okay, so home lab. Okay, perfect. That's what we're gonna do, home lab. So I'm gonna copy home lab, right? Organization name, home lab, and then I think the vbond is 192.168.1. That the validator. The validator is .11. Maybe I should have put the system ID on this, .11. Okay. All right. So what I'll do is I'm gonna copy this information, and then I'll just drop it in here. Let's go back to the edge. We're gonna copy and paste this. All right. So we're gonna do show configuration. That will show me a preview. Okay, system ID, site ID, VBON. I don't see the home lab. Organization name. Let's commit this. Okay. All right, OMP is up. That's good. That's what we wanted. You see this? It says P3 arrow OMPD operation state change down to up, right? So show. Let's end this and then check this the system block configuration. Maybe or now I should be able to see system configuration. System configuration. I'm not. That's interesting. Interesting. Maybe there is a different command. Show SDWAN system. There we go. Let's see that. Okay. Let's see. It's not giving me what I want. Let's see if there is a command that provides me my configuration, right? Okay, that's a very that's very interesting. Well, we may have to go back to that, but what I probably gonna have to do is generate a CSR. Okay, let me see if I. So what we'll do is request platform software SD-WAN. So we're gonna do a root certificate. We're gonna install the current lab PKI. All right. So and then I'll show you guys how to check that. But I need to go. I want to know my block configuration. I don't like the fact that. So it looks like it's called Home Lab. Okay, that's the organization name. Before we generate the CSR. Now there is a way to check the certificate and its information, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Let me see, security reminder, host name, cEdge, system IP. So notifier, notification, security installer, security reminder, host name, cEdge. Okay, that's my system IP. So I know this is what I configured for my system IP, right? Now we're gonna see if the certificate was installed properly, right? It should show me the certificate now. Okay, let's see. So issuer home lab.lab, right? Subject command name home lab.lab. That's my certificate authority. This is what we've done last time. Okay, and then all right. My encryption and okay, RSA key. That's the signature algorithm. Okay, perfect. Now what we'll do is we're going to request a CSR. Okay, it's SD-WAN again, right? CSR upload, and then we're gonna upload it into the boot flash. We're gonna call this CSR cEdge-site-400.CSR. This is where it did ask me last time my organization. I think it's home lab. Home lab. Let's see, it's probably gonna take. I don't think the last time the error was. And if it doesn't, I'll show you guys how to get your information to match your root certificate. It's not very hard. Once that's done, we're going to go into CA, right? And from the CA, we're going to basically sign. I mean, I don't know if you recall how we sign certificate, right? What we'll do is we're gonna request a PKCS10 file. It's a pen file, right? On the CA, right? So what I'll do is I need to copy. Hold on one second. I need to copy my CSR. So it's I think it's cEdge. There you go. Well, it's not a there. It's a more, right? So I'm gonna copy this, right? And then we're gonna go back on the CA and we're gonna sign it. All right. So from the CA, all we have to do is do crypto PKI server, right? Lab PKI request. We're gonna, it's a PAM cert on the terminal. So it's, obviously we're going to drop this and then the CSR. Once you press space bar or enter, it would generate the signed certificate, and then we're gonna go back and we will install that certificate over to the cEdge. Okay. All right, so it took a while. So this is the granted certificate. We're gonna copy it again. We're gonna go back on the cEdge, right? Let me see my clock. 12:12. That's not good. I may have to configure the clock to make sure that. But anyways, so we're gonna do again tickle sh, right? We're gonna create a file. All right, and this is gonna be in boot flash. It's gonna be cEdge dash, let's do site 400.crt. Okay, and then we're gonna do that, and we're gonna open the curl, and then we're gonna drop curly brackets, and then we're gonna drop or cert. Okay, and then close this. Then that's it. Exit. All right. Make sure that this exists. CRT. Sorry. There it is. Okay. Now we need to install this signed certificate. So it's request platform, right? Software SDWAN certificate, right? Install, and then boot flash. Let's copy that, paste. That's the only thing I would suggest Cisco highlight and drop, just like PuTTY or Secure CRT. It will save us some time. So we're gonna install the signed certificate. Okay. Once that's done, we'll go back onto the validator and we'll register. Hold on. Saying error. The certificate is not valid until March 22nd, 2024. Okay. So this is. I think this will be because of the clock. So what I'll do is config transaction. I need to set up NTP, right? I suspected that. So what we'll do is we'll do clock. Oh boy, it's being slow. Time zone. Okay. Make sure that that's a command. I think it is, but just want to make sure that possible completion string. We're going to say EST -5 0 because I'm New York. I'm New York time. So, and then because we're doing so we're gonna do clock summertime. Oops, I did this. Yep, recurring. I think that's what it is. Make sure that's correct. I don't remember all the commands. EST, I think. Then recurring. I think that's the option that we're looking for there. So once we're done with sending us our, we need to look at NTP. So right now, let me see if I have any NTP configuration. It doesn't like that, does it? Oh, no. I don't want to uncommitted change, uncommit them. Ah, I screwed this up. All right, let's do this again. All right, so we're gonna do again. I think I've got my commands already set. Again, I just, if you're watching my video, thank you, right? I'm just, let me see something. I'm in no way professional, I've got the experience to make these videos, but let me see. Let's look at my my NTP. So I'm using this node, the DNS/NTP. So I don't remember if we ever were able to fix. Let me see, show clock. Okay. We're a bit behind. I don't know if I've ever pointed my NTP or configure NTP to my domain controller. I don't have that configuration. So let's do NTP server. I think it's 5.192, I believe. Alright. I don't know why I never done that. Okay. We need to set the clock time zone, right? And then we're not authenticating NTP, so in production I would suggest to authenticate NTP. Use SHA as a hashing method that gives you more, it's more secure than MD5 if you have the ability to do so. So we're going to do clock time zone. I think it's EST -50 Eastern time, right? And we got to do clock summertime. I think EST recurring, right? You see show clock. I think I have the right time now. It's 18:24. I'm 3 minutes off NTP association. See if we show NTP status. See if we got something. We're unsynchronized, but I think we're close enough. So I'm an NTP master, and let's go back to the cEdge, and then we're gonna configure the clock, right? I want to configure NTP to the DNS, right? It's that 5. So we're gonna do NTP server 192.168.6140. No, it's 15, I believe. 1.15, and then let me see. I want to do NTP source, right? We may not have to do that, so I think I was supposed to do this on one command here, because it does give you, after the IP address, you can do source, and then we can select, or source will be a tunnel interface. Let me see what my tunnel interface is. Tunnel 1, I think, if I do believe it was tunnel 1. No, it doesn't like that. Let's commit first, and then let's go back and check something real quick. Okay, I have NTP at least. Show clock, that hasn't changed. We can do a show run. I want to grab the tunnel information because I want to source everything from the tunnel. So yeah, tunnel 1. Okay, we have a VRF in here. I could source it from the loopback. I think that's fine if I source it from the loopback. Let's do this, right? This is internal, so no, it doesn't make sense. This is out of band 192.168.1.1. No, we're not using that. We're using the tunnel. Let me go back. Let's do tunnel 1. I think that's an option. Yeah, let's do tunnel 1. We'll do tunnel 1. Transact. We're gonna go back and do NTP server. We're gonna do 192.168.1.15 source. Let me see if I can do what are my options for source. Really, so we're gonna do tunnel 1. Can I do a VRF maybe? Key prefer version. Let's just do that. And then we're gonna commit. Okay. Alright. Okay, show clock. Okay, we got the proper time now. So earlier, I don't know if you recall, let me scroll back up. Hopefully I can find that. Earlier it was 8:19, right? I think that's morning. That was AM. This is PM, right? If you do show NTP status, I don't know why it's showing unsynchronized. Because it got the right time somehow. Could it be a bug? Show clock. 18:27. It's 18:31. I'm 3 minutes off. Show NTP association. NTP takes some time, but I think now we could technically generate this certificate, right? Let's see. Oh, I can go back to. All right. So we're gonna install, not generate. I got that. We're gonna request. We're gonna install this certificate and see if that works now. I think it was cEdge, CRT, right? I think so. Let's see how that works now. Now we got NTP all correct, right? Okay, NTP synchronized here, which is good. Let me see my clock, 18:18. I don't know why it's not showing on here that it was synchronized. It's unsynchronized. It might take some time. NTP is slow. Hopefully this is gonna work, because the error we got earlier was definitely due to a clock not matching the right time. Okay, perfect. It worked. So now the last thing we have to do, if you guys recall, we gotta look at we gotta find the serial the certificate serial information to I think it was serial and chassis number, I believe, both. All right, so we have a chassis number, we have a serial number. Serial number is 07, and then if you guys recall, we went on the validator, right? And then basically we've added this configuration, right? Not, we didn't add the configuration, I mean we've added the chassis number and the serial number, right? So it would be something like this, right? It was a request, right? think it's cEdge. Let me see. I don't recall. I think it's cEdge. Let me see. cEdge maybe? No. cEdge. Let's do. I don't want to do vEdge because it's not a vEdge. Was it? Customer. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go back. 3.8 certificate controller. Manage with smart. CSR, that's not it. vEdge. Let's try vEdge. I don't think it's manage board ID. Okay, maybe vEdge. Let's do vEdge. Add chassis number, I think. And then if you recall, let me grab the chassis number. Chassis number. If not, we'll go back and let me see if that works first. If not, we'll just go back and think it's 07, so I can just do. We'll do another video on how to do this. I'll do some research. Search. So 07. I think it's 07. Some research, and then we'll figure out. So serial number is 07. Let's see what happens. Okay, it says success. So we've successfully added the device to the vBond. Let me go back to the cEdge and do a show SD-WAN. Let's do show IP route just to see if, okay, show SD-WAN OMP route. See if we have any. Not yet. We may have to do it on the vSmart. Yeah, I think we have to do it on the vSmart. Okay, so the validator does authenticate the device, and let me copy what we've done on the vBond. Okay, and the validator will be the same, I think. I mean the manager. The validator does authenticate the device, and you have to add it to the vManage now. So anything went wrong with the validator, it won't work. Let's just say that. So we're gonna do paste status success. So we'll go back here. Remind me later, and then we're going to add, right, this device. Let me see. I think it's on the device. I think it was. Let's go under certificates. Okay. We have our C8000. It's saying it's not install, right? So no certificate install. View device CSR. Let's just select it, and we're gonna say install certificate because we already have a CSR. Let me double click that. So install certificate. Oh no, I have to drop it in here. Let me see if I can say send to controller and see if that does fix this issue. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, success. Because I think that should have done it. Let me go back to certificate and see what's going on. Okay, he wants me to install a cert. View device CSR. No CSR available. That's not good. I'm pretty sure I installed this. It might not need a renew device CSR. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that, and then we're gonna try to install it from here. So it's gonna generate a CSR, and then I think it didn't take it for whatever reason. Should have, but it didn't. Let me refresh. Ooh, failure. Just is not support for one edge. Okay, so I guess let's see something. Let's go back because it's telling me state valid. It just took a while, so it just took a while. I was impatient, so it did install it, right? It just took a while. Okay, so now we have a cEdge. So if you go in the front page, let's go back to the front page, and I'll remind me later. Yeah, I thought it didn't work, but it did. So now it tells you, hey, you have 3 WAN edges that are reachable, right? Which is what we want. Okay. What is this unavailable? We got 2. Oh god, that's maybe an issue. It's saying this is unavailable. It says reachable. It might take a while. Let me SSH terminal. Let's see. If it's not reachable, I'm not going to be able to SSH into the device. So let's see if I'm able to. Looks like I am, right? Again, you can turn this function, right? You could. So the device is reachable. It's not. I think that it's going to take some time before. Oops. Cisco 123. Okay. Show SDWAN OMP routes. So we should have a DTLS tunnel. Let me see. No. Okay, we have a problem. Let me go back to devices. I think I may have to again send it to controller. Devices. So we have our cEdge 112. It's up. No information on it. So I may have to, yeah, let's go back to configuration. We're gonna go to certificate and I'm gonna send it to controller. Now that I have a valid serial number. Send to controller. Let's try it one more time. See if that resolved the issue. Okay. Let's go back to cEdge. Right. We're gonna do a show SDWAN OMP routes. Hopefully that's gonna fix our problem. No. Okay, let me go back to device. Okay, let me see. Well, this is template. We're not doing template. Let's go to certificates. I mean, I'm not particularly seeing any issues. I am not seeing any issues. I don't have a TLX proxy. Interesting. It might take some times. Sometime it could be because it's a cEdge. It might be slow. But anyways, I will stop the video for today, and then we'll do another video on troubleshooting. Actually, that's perfect. On troubleshooting the customer edge. Thank you for watching.